All right, we are really piling on the laws of exponents. Here's the last one you need to deal with, though. It's still dealing with the fact that we have a negative exponent, but we haven't considered what happens when we take a fraction raised to a negative exponent. And what's going to happen here, essentially, you could look at it this way. You could say this negative would be distributed to both the top and the bottom, and then both of them would have to switch, because this would now have a negative exponent, that would have a negative exponent. The way the book writes this is it says you're just going to take the reciprocal, b over a raised to the positive r. So you can do that. Yeah, this is, like I said, it's the way the book does it. And it's just saying this negative means you're going to take the reciprocal. And that actually does fit in with all the other kind of, if you look at how we're dealing with negative exponents. In general, if you say x squared, this is, let's do 2x squared. This is 2, and you're going to multiply by x twice, 2 times x times x. But if you were to do 2 times x to the negative 2, this would be 2, well, over x squared, right? So this is 2 divided by x divided by x. So instead of multiplying by x a number of times, you're dividing by x a number of times. We're dealing with the inverse operation, where instead of multiplying, we're dividing. And the reciprocal is exactly that whole inverse idea again. Instead of, well, yeah, it's just changing. Instead of, if you're multiplying by x versus multiplying by 1 over x, you know, the reciprocal of x, that's the difference between these. All right, in any case. So I'm going to deal with the fact that I have a negative exponent on this fraction first. This negative out in front of the fraction, I do like to put them somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and put it with the 4 here. I normally don't like putting negatives down in the denominator because it's a little bit weird. I would usually put it up in the numerator. I'd say the opposite of x cubed over 4. I'm putting it down here, though, specifically because that's my only coefficient. And I can always move it around. I could put it up here just as easily. But in any case, I'm putting it down there. And now I'm seeing I have a fraction that's x cubed over negative 4, and I'm raising it to a negative power. So that means I'm going to take the reciprocal here. This is negative 4 over x cubed raised to the positive version of my power. So instead of negative 2, it's now raised to the positive 2 because I took the reciprocal. And now I can deal with the fact that this is raised to a positive exponent by just saying, okay, well, it's the top part squared, negative 4 squared, over x cubed squared. And negative 4 quantity squared is positive 16. The bottom part, we end up getting x to the positive 6, because 3 times 2 is 6. All right, on this one, again, I'll deal with the fact that I have a negative exponent first, this by taking the reciprocal, 5 over 3a. Raised the entire thing to the power of 3. It's a positive 3 now. So this is now going to be 5 cubed over 3 cubed, a cubed, which is 125 over 27, a cubed.